How many children do you think that you could supervise alone? I think it takes a very special person to be an early child care provider. Florida's Department of Children and Families has strict rules about child supervision, and it is broken down into teacher-to-child ratios based on different age groups. These regulations can differ from state to state and even county. Today I will be talking about Manatee County's rules on teacher-to-child ratios for infants up to 4 years old, mixed age groups, and the new DCF regulations regarding teacher-to-child ratios with the Florida Child Care Professional Credential or the CDA staff credential. So let's take a look at standard ratios. In general, child care facilities typically take care of children ages 1 year up to 4 years. Some centers take infants like our center does, and infants would be probably around 6 weeks old. In Manatee County, the Department of Children and Families mandates the following teacher-to-child ratios in a facility. A home daycare may be different. This is for a facility. An infant ratio is 1 teacher to 4 infants. An infant is considered someone that is younger than 1 year old. Toddler ratios would be 1 teacher to 6 toddlers. And the toddlers are, until their 2nd birthday, they would be considered a toddler. 2-year-old ratios are 1 teacher to 11 children. 3-year-old ratios would be 1 teacher to 15 children. And then 4-year-old ratios would be 1 teacher to 20 children, unless you're doing the voluntary pre-K. And that would be 1 certified teacher to 18 students. And then after VPK hours, you can switch over to the 1 to 20 ratio. Now, ratios do change for mixed age groups. If children are in the classroom with mixed age groups, there are different regulations. So if an infant is present with any mix, the ratio automatically drops to the 1 to 4, which would be the infant ratio, regardless of the ages of the other students in the room. So even if there's that 1 infant in there, everyone has to go to a 1 to 4. When no infants are present, but there are 1-year-olds present, the same thing happens, but you go down to the 1-year-old ratio. It automatically drops to that toddler ratio of a 1 to 6. Again, regardless of the ages of the other students in the classroom. It gets a little bit different when you're working with older kids. So when you have a mixed age group that includes 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and 4-year-olds all together, the ratio is determined by the majority of students. For example, a classroom consisting of 10 children. Sorry. Okay, so a classroom consisting of 10 children. 6 of the children are 3 years old and 4 of the children are 2 years old. The ratio you would use would be the ones of the 3-year-olds because they are the majority. So you'd go to the 1 teacher to 15 children. So now DCF recently put a new amendment to these ratios, a new regulation. So as of October of 2018, they're going to be monitoring when they come in. And that means that when the room exceeds the ratio for 1 teacher and now needs 2 teachers to be in compliance, you would have to have the 2nd teacher have the Florida Child Care Professional Credential, the CDA, or the staff credential, and they have to be active. They can't be expired, and they'll be monitoring for that now. So for example, a classroom of 8 infants requires 2 teachers to satisfy the regulation. 1 of those teachers would have to have their credential. Now try to imagine supervising and teaching an age group, any of those, alone. All of these points, I hope, help you understand more about the Florida Department of Children and Families teacher-to-child ratios. We've gone over the ratios for infants, 1-year-olds, 2s, 3s, and up to 4s, and even VPK, mixed age groups, and that new regulation with the certification. So next time you see a teacher or a child care provider, keep in mind these ratios and be appreciative of their hard work and maybe say thank you. Thank you.